This is the intro jingle. This is the K-pop 대박 show with 에릭남. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the Daebak Show. Today we have a catching up episode with a very special guest. You may know him for many things, but I guess most of you may know him for his amazing group 2 p.m. You guys already know. You guys read the description. I'm just gonna introduce him. You have Nikun here. Hey, what's up,
hey guys? Hey man.
That was a really lackluster.
What an introduction!
Thank you. I wanted to build it up, but then I was like, I was gonna get really embarrassed as I built you up. So I was like, I'm gonna just stop.
Yeah, just say yeah.
Yeah.
How it's are me. You?
Yeah.
Hi, hey guys. I'm Nikun from 2 p.m. I've been wanting to get on this show for a while, but this guy's too busy for me. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you was at my house, right?
Yeah, that was like what, 2 months ago? Is it longer? I have no idea.
I have no idea. You finished something and you came over.
Yeah. But welcome to the show. We're excited.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
absolutely. So pretty much catching up these episodes.
Okay.
We kind of talk about how you got to where you are and what you've been up to recently.
Okay.
So nothing complicated, nothing crazy.
Okay.
We do have some fan questions and a little quiz at the end, which I think is fitting because you just started emceeing a quiz show.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. We're gonna just jump into it and just ask, how are you?
I'm good. As good as I could be.
Yeah.
During this crazy times. You know, it's just like when I work, I just work. When I don't work, I'm just like at home, just on my PS4 or work out. Well, during this, when we were filming this, it was still a 2.5.
Right, so you can't go to the gym.
So can't go to the gym. So I'm just like free waiting at home.
Just hanging.
Yeah.
But you got a cool spot. You have you got your big TV.
So I decorated my house so that I will never have to leave.
Okay.
Like I got everything just right where
there.
I want them to be. And yeah.
Cool.
How are you?
I'm good. I've just been podcasting my life away. Literally feel like this is all I do.
Because there's nothing else we could do.
There isn't. But you know what? Honestly, it's great because it gives me an excuse to see people like yourself, to see, Jesse or BM or whoever, like Myungbun. There's a reason for us to hang out and just talk. And I think the other thing is, whenever I have these conversations, I end up knowing more about whoever, the friend, than I did before.
Yeah, because before the night you came over to my house, we never really talked.
We never really
we would say
out.
Hi.
Yeah.
We would say hi. Be like, hey, let's hang out soon. But we never really talked until you came over and oh man, we have a lot in common, and we just connected. We did.
Yeah. It was a good time, and then it was always funny because I felt like whenever we would always text each other or DM.
Yeah.
And we were in the same country, but in a different place.
I know.
And always missing each other by day.
Like that one time I was in the States right before the pandemic started in the States. You were doing a tour.
Yeah.
And I was there with my family, and I was going to do this whole road trip from Napa Valley down to LA. And we kept missing each other.
Just missing each other.
Yeah, I was just there.
Yeah.
I was going to be here. Oh, I'm going to be here.
So, I mean, I'm glad we got to connect, and I'm glad you're here. I feel like, obviously, for people who are fans of Daebak Show, it's a treat for them because they get to hear their favorite artists speak in English.
In English.
And just talk about whatever people talk about.
In English. A lot of people forgot that I'm not Korean.
Right. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah. Sometimes I do.
You forget
too. I'm like, it's just so natural to me, eating Korean food or just saying Korean words. That I'm like, oh wait, I wasn't born here. This is not really home for me, but it already feels like home for me because I've been living here for 14 years now. That's longer than I've lived anywhere else in the world. Because I was born in LA, lived there until I was 2, and then we moved to Thailand, and I lived there for 10 years. And I moved to New Zealand for 2 years for school, and then I moved to America for high school, and then I came here in 2006, and I've been here ever since.
That's wild. That's that 14 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Sheesh.
And it went by so quickly that it felt like yesterday when I landed here and my manager took me to eat bulgogi.
Oh.
For like the first time.
What was that experience like?
And I was like, oh, this is yummy. This is yummy. And like, it was like early in the morning. I landed, I think it was like 5 a.m.
The 5 a.m. flight from LA?
From LA.
Yeah.
And then we had that bulgogi. And then he took me to Sukso. And the first guy I saw was Junkei.
Oh, okay.
He can speak English. His English is actually pretty good. Oh,
really?
So he was the like my first friend.
Oh.
In Korea.
Okay.
He would take me to places. He knew I like Heineken. So he would call himself, I'm your Heineken brother. And he introduced me to most of my friends.
Really?
That most of my friends in Korea.
Okay.
So I have like friends who we've been in touch. We've been in touch and we've been friends for like 14 years ever since I came to Korea. So
that's wild. I mean, for I have these stats here where it's like you were, Thailand, to New Zealand, and et cetera. But I guess for people who don't know, who aren't aware, how did you end up
here?
What happened?
As 2PM. I went to this Korean festival in downtown LA, in K-Town.
Yeah.
Because when I was living in America, in California, I would say I'm from LA, but I'm actually from Rancho Cucamonga, which is like around an hour from LA. And if in California, if you don't in America, mostly in California, if you don't have before Uber, if you don't have a car, you can't go anywhere.
Right, you're trapped. Except
for your 동네, like your
neighborhood.
Yeah. So I never really went into LA until that day. My friends were like, "Hey, let's go." There's like this concert with like a bunch of there was God and RG and a bunch of like other singers coming. I didn't know any of them, so I was watching the concert and some lady approached me speaking Korean, and I'm like,
no idea
what you're saying. Still talking to me, lady? I still don't know what you're saying. But then next to her was a translator. And it's like, she's from JYP, and she would like you to follow her back to the hotel to tape an audition. I'm like,
wait,
that does not sound
sounds
sketchy
suspicious.
At all. Like, I would be killed in your hotel. I don't know. Like, so I said no. And the fact that I had no talent at all whatsoever, like I was never interested in entertainment. Except for piano.
Okay.
Like I liked to play the piano back then, but nothing like singing or dancing. I couldn't even speak in front of the class.
Oh, so you're very shy.
I got like so nervous. Yeah. But anyway, like they kept calling me within like that week because before they would have to come back to Korea, they were like, I need to get you on tape. I'm like, nope. Until they were like, okay, we just wanna sit down and talk to you. So we'll go to you to Rancho Cucamonga, which is like 50 miles from LA. So they came to my 동네, and we sat down at a coffee shop, Starbucks.
Yeah.
At the busiest time, around 8 p.m. When people were there studying and talking business, and we were talking inside, and they set up the camera outside of Starbucks.
Shut up! No way.
That's where I taped my audition.
So you taped an audition
right in front of
in
Starbucks.
Like a parking lot, essentially.
So no, like parking lots here.
A little
walkway,
sidewalk thing.
Starbucks. I was on the sidewalk, just
that
right
is
there.
Wild.
And I did everything that they asked me to.
What was the weird? What did they ask you to do? I guess. Like,
well, first they had me stand in front of the camera, and they were like, introduce yourself in all the languages you can speak. It was just English and Thai. And then do some poses. Like modeling.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's him.
It was really
it's
awkward.
The one.
It was really awkward. And they were like, okay, sing something. And I'm like, I don't know how to sing. It's okay, just sing. We just want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
So I sang All or Nothing by O-Town.
Ooh, what a song. What a hit.
I want it all, nothing at all. Yeah, I sang that song because that was like the last song that I was listening to with my friends. Sang that song, embarrassed. And that wasn't enough for them, right? They were like, this kid is not embarrassed enough. So we're gonna make him even more embarrassed.
Yeah.
Pulled up they rode in Escalade, right?
Uh-huh.
Pulled that up right in front of Starbucks. Rolled down the windows.
No.
Cranked up "Yeah" by Usher. So everyone in Starbucks was
just
like,
staring at you.
what the hell are they doing? It's like,
oh my God.
Like, dance. And I'm like, I don't know how to dance. Just do anything. We just want to see you move. I'm like,
oh my Lord.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah. And they left after. I'm like, okay, they're never gonna call me back.
Yeah.
And they did. Like 2 weeks after, they're like,
my God.
we want you to move to Korea.
Uh-huh.
And that's when it hit me. These guys aren't legit.
Uh-huh.
If they were legit, they would never consider to actually call me back. Or even like after seeing me sing that day, they would have stopped there. Oh, at the posters, they would have stopped there.
Uh-huh.
And then they were just explaining to me like what JYP was, like who was in JYP. There's JY Park, there was Rain, there was GOD, there was a bunch of other people. Like Rain worked with Will Smith, Rain worked with this and that person. And I'm like, nope, still no. Like, but then I talked to my grandmother who was a fan of Full House, Rain. Back then, Full House, drama Full House was so big in Thailand.
Right.
And she was like, it's the same company that Rain's in, so you gotta go. So thanks to my grandmother, I got to be here.
That's wild. I mean, okay, but like, first of all, thank you for sharing that incredibly embarrassing story.
Yeah.
I think I got red listening and imagining you in the walkway.
God. Yeah.
But I'm glad you went through it because you're here.
Like every time I think about that night, it's like life is really funny.
Yeah.
Where like this path, this journey in your life, where it leads you. Of course, you're the one who makes the decision, but then you're not the one controlling your life.
It's like a greater power or God or whatever you believe in.
I'm Buddhist, but I believe in like greater power, a higher power that kind of like guides you through this life without making you do anything.
Yeah.
You're just there, just floating.
Life.